my mom told me, she was like, yeah, when you were like 5, you like cried yourself to sleep. There are a lot of pros and there are a lot of cons. Luckily for me, like I'm just had 3 years on T in February, so it's really easy for me, and I've like already had surgery, so like I, in some people's eyes, pass as what they say very easily, so I don't have to deal with as many pressures. My family reaction was, for the most part, pretty open. That was because when I came out, I had already been, very masculine in where I was with being like a lesbian and a butch and a dyke or whatever you would call it. So when I came out, they weren't surprised. Plus, my mom told me, she was like, yeah, when you were like 5, you like cried yourself to sleep because like you wanted to know why you didn't have, the genitalia that other guys do. And I was like, oh, really? That was a thing? So like, she was like, yeah. So, they weren't like that surprised. Like, they always kind of had something in the back of their head, like, maybe this could happen. My first interaction with a trans person was actually kind of quite terrifying. There were somebody who said that they were a 16-year-old trapped inside of a 32-year-old man's body. Like they were a girl trapped inside of a body. And I was like, that's kind of really creepy, especially since you're like saying one age and you're like not that age. So it was like I was very taken aback until I started meeting some other people, and I came across my one friend Eden, and he was kind of like in the middle of figuring out who he was, and I kind of like helped him with that. And then later seeing him go on T and like progress, I then realized it in my own way, and I started doing a lot more research about it. And then my one coworker who I was working with was also trans, and he was coming up on his 2 years on T, so he asked me if I wanted to go with him because like I was really like I just like needed to have that like solidifying factor and like see it. So then I went and like I learned a lot more information from the Mazzoni Center. So you know that was very gracious.